The October Yearling Sale at OBS is right around the corner. We're pleased to have here in Agente 305, TOD WOJCIECHOWSKI, the Director of Sales at OBS. Todd, first of all, thank you very much for opening the doors here at OBS. I can see that the preparations are already on the way for the Yearling Sale at the beginning of October.
Well, thank you for having me, Carlos. Yes, we are in the process of getting the grounds prepared for the Yearling Sale coming up on October 7th and 8th. A lot of, it's South Florida, it's Florida in the summertime, so a lot of mowing and a lot of just getting things prepared for the horses to ship in.
459 horses are going to be already so far this year because the supplements are already still open until September 24. What can we expect for this year's sale?
Well, we'll certainly have a number of supplements that are added to the catalog, but I think we'll see a lot of what we've seen in the past, a lot of quality horses, good individuals. We'll have a strong sire roster, some of the horses that are tried and true, like the Into Mischiefs and those, and then we'll have a number of freshman crop sires to give buyers an opportunity to look at.
Before going a little bit deeper about the sale, why OBS? If we want to think about the different auctions that are available on the market, why OBS?
Well, first of all, OBS was created by horsemen for horsemen. I think that's first and foremost. It is owned by horsemen. Mm-hmm. Secondly, while we're very well known for our 2-year-old sales, we sometimes forget that we have a really good yearling sale, and a number of those horses that you see at the 2-year-old sales were purchased right here at our yearling sale. So I think as a buyer, the different opportunities that they have in front of them, they may be able to get in on the ground floor of some of these horses as yearlings rather than waiting for the 2-year-old sale.
But definitely, I know that this is a yearling sale that has been the perfect setup for huge runners, not just like recently Burnt Tornado or Gabaldon, but also Mystic Lake, Trickery, Grade 1 winners like Trickery himself, Speedboat Beach, and even if we go historically, we're talking about Silver Charm.
Right. We've been very fortunate. There's been a number of really good horses that have come through the yearling sale, and then some of them were offered again as 2-year-olds. As I was saying, I think that a buyer that comes to the yearling sale can expect to see a number of good individuals. Sometimes they don't always have the blue blood pedigree, but they are physicals that show that they have athletic ability.
And definitely very competitive at the end of the day. The yearling market is very hot right now. What do you think is the reason why behind this hotness of the yearling market itself?
Well, there's some economic indicators that help the yearling market, particularly with the depreciation, accelerated depreciation has seemed to help the horse market very well so far. And there's just been a lot of good horses offered, so we'll continue to see that, I believe.
If we compare the 2-year-old sales versus the yearling sales, what will be the competitive advantage, if any, for the yearling versus the 2-year?
I think that depends on the resources that are available to a buyer. If a buyer has a relationship with a trainer or a farm trainer that has the ability to prepare these young horses, then perhaps the yearling sale is a viable option for them. If they don't always have that resource available to them, then the expertise with which these horses are prepared for the 2-year-old sales might be a better option for them in that case.
When we prepare towards what is going to be the October Yearling Sale this year, which are the requirements for anyone and which are the ways to actually place a bid or trying to buy a horse here?
Well, first and foremost, we really like people when people come on site because I think it's important for these people to see the horses, feel the atmosphere, kind of get that bidding juices flowing while they're on the grounds. But in the event that somebody can't make it to the sale, certainly there is phone bidding and there's also online bidding for the live sale as well. We ask anybody that shows up to bid on a horse to, introduce themselves to the cashier's office. Make sure that we have your information on file and we know that you're a resourceful bidder that can handle the process.
And when we talk about the online and phone, which are the requirements? I guess there will be much more than just like when you're in person here.
Certainly, if one is going to bid by phone or on the internet, They do need to set up credit ahead of time and get credentials in order to be able to bid, particularly online. Same thing with phone bidding. They need to be approved ahead of time. Don't wait until you see a horse going into the ring and pick up the phone and say, hey, I want to bid on this horse. If we don't know who you are, we're not going to be able to accommodate you in that quick of a fashion.
In the most recent years, international bidders has been ramping up towards buying horses here in the U.S. market. It's the same case coming from Latin America. Which are the requirements for any international bidder, indeed a buyer, to be part of the, not just this sale, any sale here at OBS?
Not unlike the domestic buyers, we ask international buyers to make themselves notice to the cashier's office so that we have information on them and know that they can handle the purchases that they want to make, and so that we can make that a smooth transition post-sale for them.
And do they offer here at OBS any kind of additional support? Let's say like put in contact with any bloodstock agent, or do they need, if they need veterinary services to make sure that the horse is sound and checked the way how it's expected? Is this offer?
A lot of those resources that you're talking about are available in the front of our catalog. A listing of veterinarians. As far as agents, Florida Thoroughbred Farm Managers directory has a listing of a number of agents. We try not to recommend individual agents because we don't want to have a bias or a negative connotation associated with all of the agents. We do, if you go to our website, you can open the website in Spanish, and we have a number of Spanish-speaking people on our staff in order to help the South American buyers or the Latin buyers. If there's a language issue or a barrier, we don't want to create any barriers that we need to.
Definitely. That was actually my next question about the ability to support in Spanish. That's wonderful news. There's a factor that I want to ask, because this is very important also, especially for the international buyers. Once you made a bid and it's accepted and the horse is sold, that's final. What it will be? What's the next steps there? Is there a reason why people can withdraw a final offer? How that works?
So there are some conditions of sale that do apply once a horse is purchased, and I urge all buyers to go to our website. It's under the buyer section on our website and familiarize themselves with the conditions of sale. There are certain warranties that do apply, and I won't go into them in detail, but there are certain warranties that do apply and certain time frames that apply to those warranties. So every buyer should go and make themselves aware of those warranties that are available to them. But once all of those criteria are met, a buyer should set up transportation for the horse to wherever, and they need to think about where that horse is going after the purchase.
Perfect. So far, the yearling sale at OBS has been growing up. What would you say has been the best success so far of this October yearling sale?
Well, years ago we moved it from August to October, and that was a little bit of a transition, but I think in the end it has been a good move for us. Most recently, let's just point to Pentornado, that just recently won the stake at Churchill in stakes record time. A horse that ran second in the Breeders' Cup and then comes back after a long layoff and shows he's still got it. So I would point to him most immediately.
Definitely Bernardo, as well as Gabaldon last year. Amazing run in Royal Ascot. And Crimson Advocate, that's another product coming out of the yearling sale that proved 2 stakes win in Royal Ascot. There's definitely quality in the yearling that are offered in the sale.
Just like you said, I think it is. I think it's indicative of the quality that's available here. They may not always have the blue blood pedigrees, as I said earlier, but they are definitely athletes and show themselves on a world stage.
Well, there's a saying in horse racing that says that the horse doesn't know who's the father or who's the mother. They just know that they like to run.
That's right. And the great thing about horse racing is it is not a beauty pageant. It is not a lineage pageant. It's whoever puts their nose in across the line first.
Oh, you have the best case silver charm.
There you go. There you go.
1995, a very competitive price as a yearling,
Yep.
and ended up to be the silver charm that is amazing and that living legend, not just for Kentucky Derby, I will say for much horse racing.
Absolutely. He is, he's one of our older graduates, but certainly one of the horses that helped put OBS on the map.
Tell me a little bit about the team at OBS. What's the day-to-day work that you do and how that led up all the way to the sale?
Well, you use a good term, team. It is almost family-like because we do spend a lot of time together and we do a lot of time working together. Most people don't appreciate the amount of prep work that goes into preparing for a sale. So most of our, we have 5 sales a year, and a lot of times people say, well, what do you do the rest of the time? Well, the rest of the time is preparing for each of those sales, particularly when we move into the spring for the 2-year-old sales. But in the summertime now, we're preparing for the October Yearling Sale, getting the barn area ready, gathering up entries, gathering up supplements, and getting everything ready for the sale. So there's quite a bit of pre-work that goes into getting a sale ready.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Todd. I do appreciate it. All this knowledge and all this information, lighting up and getting ready for what is going to be the October Yearling Sale. We're going to be here live in Agente 305, bringing all the details about this sale. And any kind of invitation would you wanna give everyone?
We welcome everyone to the October Yearling Sale. It's a beautiful time of year in Ocala. The heat is broke, the humidity is broke. It's a beautiful time to be here. So come in and enjoy the fine weather and great horses.
And with Todd and myself, we want to just say thank you very much, and we invite you to be in person, by phone, or online in the October Yearling Sale at OBS.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.